Writing 2 less is asking for less marks and writing more than the stipulated one. Maybe you have written 200. Nowadays that will be negative marks. Knowledge everyone will get in due course of time because you are all studying. Sooner or later you will definitely have almost the same amounts of knowledge and information. So how do you write fast? By practicing only, by writing every day. And in order to write fast, you have to process the information faster in your brain. So you can see 7 minutes if you have to write it, you have to read the question, understand the question, recall the information, then write. See, in the class you learn, you go and revise, you write the answer, but you should also start reflecting on these topics. That means you have to think deeper. You get my point? When you start reflecting, then new dimensions will open up. By means of reflecting, you are able to establish interlinkages. Or many students I have seen, they are always behind gathering information. So today we'll start anthropology orientation. We will not rush into the syllabus, we will see some basic aspects and then we will get into the syllabus. So have you seen the question paper of anthropology? No? How many of you have seen? How many of you haven't seen? You haven't seen. You only a little bit you have seen. So anthropology optional or optional in general have 500 marks, isn't it? And obviously you know that anthropology plays a crucial role, any optional, isn't it? So in anthropology you have paper 1 and paper 2, isn't it? You can take down. So paper 1 is for 250 marks. Obviously paper 2 also is for 250 marks. So duration is 3 hours. This is also 3 hours, isn't it? In paper 1 you have 2 sections. Section A and then section B. So you have seen the question. Those of you who have seen the question paper can tell me how many questions are there in section 1 and how many questions are there in section B. See, in section A you have 4 questions. In section B you have 4 questions, isn't it? Now in section A there are 5 parts: A, B, C, D and E. In section B, 5th question also you have 5 questions: A, B, C, D and E. See, these questions are 5 into 10 marks. So each of these A, B, C, D and E carries 10 marks. So 5 into 10, 50 marks. So question 1 and question 5, 50 carries 50 marks each, and each of them A, B, C, D and E carry 10 marks. Now rest of the questions 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 have A, which carries 20 marks, B, which carries 15 marks, C, which carries 15 marks. So same here, A, B, C. So far the model is this, in this pattern. They may change with or without the notice, but so far the question paper is like this. You get my point? So 20 plus 15 plus 15, 50 marks. So 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 also are 50 marks. So 4 into 50, 200, 4 into 50, 200, total 400. But you have to answer 250 marks. See, there are certain rules which have to be followed. 1 and 5 are compulsory. There is no option or no choice here. You have to answer them. They are must. 1 and 5. You get my point? And then you have these questions from where you can choose. To choose also you have certain conditions. Like you have to choose one from section A and section B. Maybe I chose 2 and I chose 7 because I have to choose one from here and one from here. And the fifth question can be either from section A or section B. Maybe I chose 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 into 50, 250 marks. Please take down. Online students, if you have any question, you can type in your chat box so that it will reach me and I can answer you. So same is the case with paper 2 also. You have section A, and section B. So section A, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So 5 into 10, 5 into 10. So 20, 15, 15, 20, 15, 15 and likewise. Offline students, can anyone tell how do you want to answer them? Just imagine what is must here. 1 and 5 are compulsory, yes. 1 from here, 1 from here. So what do you want to select? Anything randomly you can say. 3, 6, and the fifth one can be any one from section A or section B. Which one you want? 8. Okay. So that makes up the 250 marks. You get my point? So this is how optional question paper looks like, and our optional is anthropology. So this is the pattern. Please remember this. If you have any questions, you can ask. Online students, why you switched off cameras? Yes. Yes, you have any questions? You are able to understand? So you have seen the question paper, no? How many types of questions are there based on marks? How many types of questions are there based on marks? How many? 3 types are there, no? You have 10 marker, 15 marker and 20 marker, isn't it? See, there are certain things that you have to understand. The space allotted to these questions is prefixed. You get my point? For 10 marker, you have 2 pages. For 15 marker, you have 3 pages. And 20 marker, you have 4 pages. See, maybe UPSC answer booklet you would have seen, you will have like this. You are not expected to write outside this margin. Only you have to write here. You get my point? Only in this space. Question will be printed here and the space is provided for the answer. So 2 such pages are given for 10 marker. 3 such pages are given for 15 marker and 4 such pages are given for 20 marker. You get my point? So this is how the answer booklet looks like, and for each of the questions there is a predetermined space. You get my point? Words limit also is there. You are expected to write this 10 marker in 150 words. Just about 150 words. Writing 2 less is asking for less marks and writing more than the stipulated one. Maybe you have written 200. Nowadays they are giving negative marks, or maybe they will be awarding you penalty marks. You get my point? And then 15 marker. Scale it up approximately 225 words and this is 300 words. I have just took that as baseline. You get my point? So you should not exceed this word limit also. Then the exam is for the duration of 3 hours only, no? Isn't it? A 10 marker should be written ideally in 7 minutes. So a 20 marker will be 14 minutes and 15 marker will be in 10.5 minutes. So what I want to say is that you have certain limitations on pages, the words that you have to write in the answer, and you have to write within the stipulated time. You get my point? And finally, these things stand out according to me, whether it is in optional or general studies. You strive to achieve this thing. Knowledge everyone will get in due course of time, because you are all studying. Sooner or later you will definitely have almost the same amounts of knowledge and information. Isn't it? You are working hard, no? So why you are learning, you will be also practicing. But the ultimate thing which stands out in UPSC mains is writing within the word limit and time limit. You have to process the information fast and then obviously write fast. See, many students in the beginning of their UPSC preparation, their writing speed will be very slow. Maybe you will be experiencing, if you started your preparation in recent days, you would have definitely observed that your writing speed may be slightly low. So how do you write fast? By practicing only, by writing every day. And in order to write fast, you have to process the information fastly in your brain. So you can see 7 minutes if you have to write, you have to read the question, understand the question, recall the information, then write. Isn't it? So you have to process the information faster and write faster. So clarity of thought will come through understanding the topic properly and also reflecting on the topic properly. See, in the class you learn, you go and revise, you write the answer, but you should also start reflecting on these topics. That means you have to think deeper. You get my point? When you start reflecting, then new dimensions will open up. By means of reflecting, you are able to establish interlinkages. By reflecting, you are not only generating more dimensions, but you become mature in the subject. Many people or many students I have seen, they are always behind gathering information. Information in this digitalized world is infinite, isn't it? Whatever topic you want to search, you can get lots of information. So it is not about information, it is about clarity of thought and expression. Cramming or by hearting, because if you by heart, if you miss one point, the subsequent points also you will not be able to recall. But if you learn systematically, you need not depend more on memorizing or by hearting. So you can be very versatile, isn't it? Very flexibly you will be able to write the answers. So make sure you understand, you reflect. This reflection will come in due course of time, as I said, but you have to aim to reflect. By means of reflecting, what is happening? You are opening yourself to more dimensions, and as you develop more dimensions and establish interlinkages, you get the maturity on the subject. You develop a type of philosophy. You get my point? And that is the actual way of understanding any subject. You get my point? So please take down these things, online students. So what are the rules of the game? What are the rules of the game? It's like rules of the... So question paper we have seen, and then for each type of question, you have page limit, word limit, time limit. You get my point? And for adhering to word limit, you have to be precise and accurate. Here I just want to add one more line. Maybe on a topic you have 1000 words, or you have information of 1000 words. You are expected to write 300. Sometimes even lesser, 150 only. It's almost like 1/10 of 1000 words, isn't it? Then what will you do at that time? Definitely you have to chip in the best points. In that process, you have to learn to sacrifice, isn't it? You have 1000, you have to write 100. It's a means of sacrifice, no? So you are sacrificing 900 words in favor of 100 words. So you have to always, don't be very emotional with what you have prepared. Many students prepare notes and they are very emotional about it, and the topic comes on that one, they want to write everything. In that process, you may find it difficult to adhere to time limit. Sometimes you run out of space, then what will you do? You can't ask for an additional paper, isn't it? You can't write outside the margin also. Writing outside the margin also they are giving penalty marks. So you cannot break the rules. And you cannot write within the precise limit. So learn this one. You will achieve all these through practice only. If you learn only 150 words, then it will be an uphill task. because you cannot write as it is. So always try to chip in the best points and then learn to sacrifice these things. This you can practice in your daily thing or daily answer writing only, but make sure right from day one, whenever we start the daily answer writing, make sure that you adhere to this one. So in your daily answer writing, whenever maybe tomorrow onwards, if I give the question in the class, you will write it. After going home, you are revising and you are writing the answer. So after writing the answer, do write on the daily answer copy. Do write your name. If you want to write the phone number, you can. If you want to keep it a secret, no issues. And the second thing is count the words and write them in the brackets. Also write the time taken to write the answer. Maybe 10 marker I have given you in the class. You have written the answer. After writing the answers, you got 175 words. Consider. So please write words 175. Maybe in the beginning days you have taken 14 minutes. So in the bracket you mention 14 minutes. You get my point. So with your daily answer copies, you can do this. Offline students can submit the subsequent day here, offline. Online students can send your answer copies through Telegram. So a common platform where I think you have a group on the Telegram, you can send that. The same goes with the weekend test also. In weekend test, you have to just write your name, isn't it? And no need to write this word limit and time limit, because you are already asked to write within a given time. But with daily answer copies, you can do this so that you will have a direction and you know whether you are able to achieve this target, or it makes you feel that you are striving to achieve this target, and in due course of time you may end up here, isn't it? So this is about the different types of questions. So what we have seen the pattern of the question paper. Then we have seen different types of questions and the rules, and then we have seen how to submit these daily answer writing copies and the weekend test. Yes? Now, how to write an answer? How to write an answer? In anthropology. See, this you can apply to general studies also. So you will have introduction, body, and conclusion. Generally, the answer should consist of these three essential parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. So we'll take the you can take down, I'll explain. So definition, keywords, phrases, quotes, interlinking. Paper 1 and paper 2, or otherwise multi-dimensional perspective. Then you can draw charts, diagrams, or maybe flow charts, or any kind of pictographics. Then you can give examples. An elaborated example is a case study. And next one is terminology. So every subject has its subject specific terminology. So you can't write an answer in polity without actually quoting constitution or the articles. So you have to write an answer in a subject specific manner, isn't it? That will make the answer more relevant and in the context of the subject. So please take down. These are definitions, keywords, phrases, quotes, interlinking of paper 1 and paper 2, and this is multidimensional. Charts, diagrams, or any kind of pictographics. Then examples, case studies. This is terminology. You have to use subject specific terminology. So I'll just elaborate on what I have drawn here. So introduction cannot be rephrasing of the question, rephrasing or paraphrasing. So rewriting what is asked in the question. You get my point? So examine the impact of urbanization on tribal population means you cannot write by using the same thing. The impact of urbanization on tribal population is as follows, isn't it? Because you are using the same phrases which are asked in the question. So please avoid rephrasing or paraphrasing. The same thing goes in the conclusion also. Avoid rephrasing or paraphrasing. So you wish to use anything what you have mentioned here. It could be a definition or a phrase or a quote or any other view or opinion of a scholar who is a social scientist. In this case, a social scientist is an anthropologist. You get my point. And be very specific, and the more specific and accurate you are, the better it is. What I mean by a specific or accurate, say for example, a definition on culture was given by E.B. Taylor. Many people write it regularly, and that is the most frequently used definition given by E.B. Taylor. So when you are writing this, you can write E.B. Taylor in his book Primitive Culture in 1871 defined culture as so and so. Wherever required. I am not asking to write for everything or for every answer, but writing specifically will definitely enable you to get marks. So make sure that you give the specific details. General details everyone will give. You get my point? So if you remember the book name, the year, these kind of details, you may not be able to do in the beginning of your preparation, but maybe after 7-8 months you should be able to do this one. You get my point? So make sure you give specific details. So in introduction, if you have used something like this, then I think it should be a good one. Next, if you have used any quote or maybe view or opinion, then you can give the definition or explain the keywords which are given in the question. Then you interlink paper 1 and paper 2 or make the answer a multi-dimensional one. In order to make this one, as I said, that reflection will open up more dimensions, and you can only do it as you become mature. So this will take time. This interlinking will take time. You get my point? But you think towards or work on it. You get my point? Charts, diagrams, flow charts, these are given in the class only. And apart from that, in order to draw something creative, these are creatives, no? So you have to have that creativity. Maybe I express something in a particular manner. You cannot by heart the diagram, or you cannot by heart the flow chart, isn't it? By hearting again, it will be a problem. So to come up with this kind of creatives, you have to develop the art of creativity. See, creativity will be there in everyone, but they kill it because it is not encouraged. Maybe in schooling, teachers are dead against it, or maybe later your professors are against it. Maybe you were not given the scope to express yourself properly. Now you have all the freedom to express yourself properly and more clearly, so you can think from this dimension also. Try to be creative in whatever you are learning. Maybe I taught you in some manner, you can present it within the same context and the scope in an entirely different manner. Who will give you this one? You only should derive from yourself. What about this one? I will also give, but it is more about you people, these two. Yes, and rest all things you will gather within no time. Yes? Now, in your answer, in any of this introduction or conclusion, avoid negative tone, or you can say you never be pessimistic, because no one want to stay in the company of negative minded people or pessimistic people, or who are thinking extremely negative. You get my point? So at any cost you have to avoid negativity or pessimism, and even sarcastic remarks. So in conclusion, depending on the question, the demand of the question, make sure if the demand requires to write some relevance or otherwise current relevance, you may do so. Or sometimes the question may demand suggestions. In such a condition, you can write suggestions, or you can write way forward, isn't it? Or measures. So depending on the demand of the question, you can write any of these, isn't it? Maybe this should reflect that you are a visionary and you are hopeful. When you are hopeful, you are a positive oriented towards any issue or situation. So these are some things which you have to follow. Sometimes you may have the scope to present all these things. Sometimes maybe only a combination of them, isn't it? Sometimes, or sometimes even more. Anyway, this is there in everything. You get my point? So this is about how to write an answer in anthropology. You get me? Any questions you have, you are most free to ask. Yes, you are thinking what to ask. Any questions you are able to understand, then it's fine. But in whatever I have taught, you have any questions, you are most welcome. Offline student can ask directly, online students can type in your chat box. You get my point? So this is how to write an answer in anthropology. Remember and do put it in practice. So what we have seen? We have seen the type of the question paper format, the type of questions, how to submit the daily answers, and then we have seen how to write an answer in anthropology. Now how to prepare your notes. So everyone, I think, is carrying a notebook. You're writing from last. Huh? So anyway, make sure that you keep a separate book. First one, separate notebook. Or some people will write in loose A4 sheets, isn't it? Or maybe some people are writing in A4 sheets. So now, so you will be given some notes in the class. So after explaining the topic, I'll give you some notes. So you're writing this in the notebook. So after each topic, leave some space for adding some points which you may gather in the course of your preparation or journey. You get my point? Now here, this is your page, isn't it? Some students write here and leave this space for adding few more points. This is one more. Some students will write here and leave this space for valuation. You get my point? Or this is your page, so you have written completely like this. So leave one or two pages after the topic. So you can practice any of this. Those who are writing on A4 sheets, you have that leverage. You can remove the pin, add a new sheet and pin it back again. So any of your choice. Writing in book is equally good as writing in A4 sheets. I am not promoting anything. You can keep book. I get my point. Yes. So that is about how to write the notes, and you are leaving some space for each topic, either on the same page or after the topic is completed for adding few more points, which obviously every student will collect or gather in their preparation. You get my point? So after this, so this is what you are getting in the class, and after this, so after the class, you go home, revise. Obviously, I think it will take like 1 hour or 1.5 hours. If you are a quick learner, you can do it in half an hour or 1 hour. So you revise. When you are revising, make sure you make a 1-page notes. So you have the class notes, you have left some space for adding some more points. So after the course is completed, you need not prepare your notes again. Some additional points wherever you are able to pick, like an example or a definition or maybe a quote or a saying or a case study, you can write in the space which is left in your notes. So it avoids repetition of your work. Otherwise, many students, what they do, after completing their class, they start making notes. That is duplication of work. No point. Class you have, space you have, so that is till your till you get the rank you deserve, isn't it? Then after going home, you are making 1-page notes. So on 1 page you write the important points. So because in the class answer will be definitely structured, so you have a structured notes, and every topic is well structured. So in this 1-page notes, the structure of the answer should be there, the structure of the topic should be there, and it should be concised by taking the best points or by taking the important points. So the main idea is, by seeing these points which you have written in 1-page notes, you are able to recall the content which you have written in the class notes. So this 1-page notes will definitely help in a quick revision. And this will be very, very handy, particularly between pre and mains, and even before pre also. So whenever you want to revise many topics at a time, you will be able to do it. Quick revision. So visiting these 1-page notes will enable you to revise many times rather than reading this bulky and voluminous this. So this you can do on a day-to-day basis. So class notes you are going and revising, then making 1-page notes. You get my point. So class notes, going home, revising, then 1-page notes, then write your daily answer. Write your daily answer. So this should go hand in hand till you complete this course. You get my point. So what is this class notes? You are revising, you are making 1-page notes, and then you are writing your daily answer. So this is something to be done from Monday to Friday. Now Saturday, what you will do? It's you revise. Saturday we don't have class, no? So Saturday is for revision and Sunday is for weekend test. How to submit the weekend test, I have already told you. So before exam, you can make it a habit to revise this 1-page notes. So you exactly will get to will be able to experience how this 1-page notes will help. Saturday for revision, class notes. Before exam, you can revise from this one page notes. So you are trying to simulate the conditions what you will be experiencing between prelims and mains and just before mains. You are able to understand this one? So this is how you have to prepare your notes. Yes, any questions you have, we can ask.